This is story time. Oh my gosh, dude. I have really these story time. Freedom on YouTube. You can check them out. Great, great people, great partnership. Basically, it's a affiliated it's a YouTube partnership with a network, MCN, I think they're called, And what these people do is they pretty much market you, but you get paid for monetization. So instead of you having to go through the 4,000 watch time hours, they take care of that. Like literally, you get paid for your videos. You get paid for monetization. They give you all sorts of tools, techniques. It's awesome. They give you revenue, everything. It's incredible. Like partnerships are great. Only thing is, some partnerships you have to actually wait till you get a threshold of $100 before you can cash out, which sucks. And I was partnered with Maker Studios years ago. One of the biggest partnerships I was ever part of on my old channel that almost blew up with 11,000 subscribers. But then again, like I said, when I used to get like 70,000 views, and I got that one video that got 100,000 views, and I had all this hate from J Nasty 720. He sent all his fans over there because sent all his fanboys because he got mad because I got a Kim strike in a minute with like a 6.0 KD clan. They tried to stop me, they couldn't because I got the Kim strike and dominated everybody by myself solo. It's just kind of funny, man. I just had so much hate. I'll never forget that day. But anyway, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of great things in life that's been happening for me, man. Just trying to catch up to date with everything. Like I said, man, a lot in store. I just released a new single for my grandma. Special treat to her, special treat to everybody's grandma. It's a very relatable song, Dear Grandma. It's a beautiful song, man. It's a beautiful song. It's very relatable, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So that just dropped recently. Pretty soon, it's gonna be available on iTunes, um, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, you name it, man. It's gonna be everywhere. Plus, I just recently got my radio interview released for Gumbo Radio. Shout out to them, amazing people. It was great. I was a podcast. It was great being on the radio show. People's been asking me too about my previous record and how I overcame fear. Doing backflips and stuff on the concrete back years ago. Like I said, the way I
course, like one thing we always do is we would get some delicious food. And we used to have these sippy straws. You know those really cool bottles that they had, like the really long sippy straws, but they're fancy and they're like doing like cool designs and all that stuff. I remember it had like one of those, and it was by the Riddler, one of my favorite rides.
And it was that green roller coaster that's like dark blue and green, right? And it's almost like highlighted. You could see the roller coaster, and it was just like really freaking cool, right? And at the same time, I remember I just kind of just look at the rides, and I just see people go up. And I would ask my family, I was like, what happens when you go to the top? And they're like, well, honey, you go down. It's all about thrill. It's all about having fun. That's what they told me. It's all about having fun. And I'm like, I want to ride what? But we're only 5 years old. You're not older. You're not big enough. You're gonna fall the roller coaster. And I was like, I want to ride Superman. And this is where it comes in. I was like, I want to ride Superman. And I remember looking at Superman. This is how it happened. I remember looking at Superman, and I remember at the second I would see Superman, right? And what happened is the seats would start coasting back like this. Like preparing for a catapult, right? You know when a catapult's about to launch something, it's building so much power, and then boom, explodes, right? But goes with goes with full velocity and speed, straight forward, right? Well, I remember looking at that, and I remember looking at the people's faces, like everybody on the roller coaster, and my eyes would bolt up like a light bulb, and I'm like. And I'm like, showing, I gotta go in, I gotta go in, I gotta go in, I gotta go in, please, I gotta go in, mama, I gotta go in, mama. I'm like, Dad, I gotta go, mama, I gotta get on, I gotta get on. And they're like, no, you're not old enough. And I remember how bad I wanted to be on a roller coaster. And the whole day, this is where it comes in. So, something happens. This is a quick story time, by the way, because I want to make this a little short, because my story time's so long. So I remember just looking at the riders' faces, and you would hear her screaming like, ah, 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 and it was so scary because like in the very beginning, it's like 2 seconds, 1 second, but boom, like it just shot off like a freaking rocket, like the speed of light. It's like. And it shoots off so quick, dude, like a freaking booster seat, going like 100 miles per hour, probably faster than that. And I remember this roller coaster just starting to just get its power, and it starts backing itself up, and it's like 2 seconds, 1 second, and then the last second, it's all quiet. You know, like when you go to a room, and you're trying to be a comedian, but you're not funny, everyone's just quiet. You like walking in, like somebody else is doing a good act, but then somebody goes up there really bad, and they start telling a joke, and the whole audience is like, dude, get off stage, boo, boo. You know, you're used to that, you're booing. You know, failure is a big part of success. I'm not gonna lie, man. We all learn that from a lot of people, from Will Smith. We learn that from The Rock. We learn that from a lot of legends, and Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and a lot of other people, right? But we all learn that, right? But anyway, yeah, that's what it was like, and it gets really quiet, and all of a sudden, it's like 2-3 seconds later, after that, boosh, just super fast catapult straight, and it goes straight, and it goes like this. It goes in a straight line like this. It goes, and then you go up this long. I mean, sorry, this this height for Superman was like from here to like there. You see what I'm saying? Look at that height. Think about that height to down here. And when you go up, it shoots you up in the wind. You can feel it in your arms and your stomach and your legs and your thighs. Everything. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Because the power of that roller coaster is beyond anything you ever would have imagined. Anybody getting on this roller coaster is crazy, right? I'm not calling them crazy, but the roller coaster is crazy itself. It's so fun, but it's so scary because you're so high in the air. And then when you go up, you slowly, when you get to the very, very top, you can see the people like this, and it starts to go all the way down, and then once it goes back to the catapult, back to star one. So that's what the roller coaster did. And what happened was that whole day. Now this is where the story comes in. Now I don't know how. I don't know why. I've always had women have always found me attractive. I don't know what it is. My parents, I'm a good-looking dude, arrogant, wherever. I know who I am. I love myself. So women love that, right? Okay? I say this all the time when I'm like out with me and my girlfriend and stuff. Every single time a woman's trying to look at me or trying to check me out and stuff, I'm like, I kind of just. And it's uncomfortable sometimes, man. It's like, dude, I'm in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? I don't got time for this woman looking at me. I agree. Everybody has their taste and stuff like that. It's cool. But ever since I've been a young child, I've always had women attracted to me. Even from the time when I wanted a girlfriend so bad. And I got rejected over and over and over and over and over and over. Eventually, there's always women saying, oh, hey, cutie. Hey, sweetie pie. You're hot. This, that, sexy, all that stuff. I'm like, I've always had that, right? It's just something that's been with me, right? Well, that was something that was carried with me ever since I was 5 years old. Because something happened. During the whole day, I remember meeting these two beautiful women. Oh my gosh, dude. If I were to tell you beautiful, dude, I still remember to this day. They had blonde hair, blue eyes, neck was out, like overall clean, like neck was just sexy, hot, just beautiful. Oh my gosh, dude, like beyond Beyonce hot, beyond Hillary Duff hot, like mixed, combined, like for anything you can ever imagine, the most like a beautiful princess, dude. Oh my gosh, like queens, right? Like, dude, I'll never forget it, dude. Like the way they had their hair long, the hair smelled like freaking perfume, like $1,000 perfume, like their eyes, right? Their appearance, their appeal, the pants they were wearing, the shirt they were wearing, just everything was so sexy about these women, dude. Oh my gosh. And it was two.
Hello.
The one on the left of me was the blonde hair with the blue eyes with the overall, not overall. She had like a V-neck shirt on, but like you could see everything, dude. And remember, I'm just a kid, man. I didn't know nothing. I just was like, I just remember just staring like, and she's like, you can look, it's okay, you can look, and I'm like, I got, you get that look, you're like, you're a kid, right? You don't know. And I remember one was on the left and the one on the right too. She had brown hair, long hair, dude, black eyes. Oh my gosh, I think these women were like Brazil mixed with white. But these two women, dude, fought for me, dude. This is where it's happened. The whole day, you're like, you know what? They went to my mom, they went to my dad, and like, look, we're gonna take this kid off your hands. He is too cute. They say he is so cute. Oh my gosh, he's so adorable. I could just smother him. All this stuff, man. I'm laughing. They're playing around with me, this and that, throwing me in the air. Not throwing me in the air, but like just neutral crane. You know they like to play with kids and stuff, make them laugh and stuff. They're making me laugh, making me feel good, all this stuff. And then they got me on the shoulder and their back and carrying me and buying me food, buying me candy, buying me cotton candy, but all this stuff. Just like, oh my gosh, dude, like put money in my pockets and stuff. And I'm like, they're like, dude, this guy. Hey, I'm like, nah. I don't like that. I don't like players, trust me. I do not respect players. I do not respect what they do. It's not. But no, like I was just a young kid, man. And the whole day, these women stuck with me, dude, and I'll never forget it, dude. I think one woman's name was Kelly, and the other woman's name was Shannon. Boy, when I tell you, after it started to settle towards nighttime, after spending the whole day with them, having the best time of my life. This is like women of my dreams. I always dreamed of being around, right? It's right in front of me. It's doing all these things for me, supporting me, putting money in my pocket, playing around with me, laughing with me, just doing all these things, right? And then it comes to it where my dream comes true. That roller coaster Superman, you know the height you had to be on to get on Superman? Your height had to be about right here. My height was right here. And I remember what happened. These two beautiful looking, sexy models, right, fought for me. I wanted to get on that ride so bad, and I'm crying and everything, tears going down my eyes. They're like, it's okay, sweetie. We're gonna get you on that ride. We don't care. We're gonna get you on a ride, and we're gonna hold on to you. I forget it. I'll never forget it. It's coming down, right? We're coming down to the moment. It's really dark, right? We just spend the whole day together. Everything is so fun and awesome. Next thing I know, these two beautiful women, Kelly and Shannon, fought for me to get on that Superman ride. We came across. You're like, you want to ride that ride? We'll get you on that ride. Oh yes, we're gonna convince the court to get you on that ride. Oh, trust me. And of course they had their way, and they fought for me. No, like no. You know what? If he can't ride the ride, we're not gonna ride that ride. And what happened was, I'll never forget it. They convinced the associate to get me on a ride. I don't know how. Because they were so beautiful and everything, and the way they because I was so cute. That cuteness just like oh heck no. It's like, no, we're gonna get this kid on this ride. He really wants to ride it, and we're gonna protect him. We're gonna make sure he's safe. Anything could happen to me on that ride. Trust me, I could die, I could fall off the roller coaster or anything. I don't recommend this to anybody. This story I'm telling you, do not follow what I did, please. I'm just telling you what happened in the experience and how beautiful it was. Please. And trust me, the women that I saw in that I saw in this story, it's the same woman I'm dating. She's just as beautiful, maybe even more. But anyway, yeah. So like I said, dude, it's crazy. So yeah, we're about to go on the line. The line is long as heck, dude. It's like this. It's going from here to all the way to here, going down to here, going. You know how long those lines go. It's like almost being in traffic for like 2-3 hours, right? You waiting to try to get to the 405 or or the 91 or whatever, and next thing you know, everyone's hugging their horn. Like, man, get out of the way, man. Move, get out of the way, man. You stupid drunk. And people are getting mad, man. They're drinking their coffee, this and that. They're getting pissed off, about to come out the car and stuff. Man, come on, man. Get out of the traffic, man. Go. Move, man. Go. Get out of the way, man. Oh my freaking gosh, man. This traffic is so bad, man. Dude, get out of the way. No good, you know what I mean? Road rage. So that's like, honestly, like, I'm just using an analogy. I'm not trying to enact. I'm not trying to act. I'm just being honest. This is how it is. When you're in traffic, it sucks, right? We all know what it's like in traffic. It sucks. It blows. It blows ass, right? It blows, okay? So, yeah, that's what it was like. So, we're waiting in this long line and stuff. Finally, the moment comes. We get to the scale where it shows how high your height to be on the roller coaster. And these women fought so hard for me. You would not believe it. They got me on the roller coaster. And I remember when I first entered into the seats for this roller coaster, there was this latch. There was these seatbelts and a latch. And there was the harness, it's held up like this, right? And there's like, picture is this square, and then there's the lever, right? So it's a square and the lever. And it goes down almost looks like a hunchback, like a hunchback cushion, right? And you pull the lever down and it goes so your legs are strapped, and then the weight is holding everything down, and the pressure is holding you down from here, right? I'm gonna blur this out. It's holding you down from here, and then you have a seat belt that's on the left, and you hold the buckle, and you can latch it, and you can hear the clang,
it tightens up, and then and you're tightened in. And then I think there's the part where it's like the strap where you hold the part over. In that part, I think it goes over your neck, and that's like a V-neck, and then that's over the top of your head. If I can remember, I think that's what it was like. Or it was just the latch. It's been too long anyway. And they were orange. The thing I loved about the Superman was it was the color of the superhero. So it was orange, red, and like a blue. Really cool dark blue, midnight blue, whatever. It was really freaking cool. But this blue, yeah. And the girls are just like laying their heads on my shoulder. Like, I was like, back. One girl's holding her head on my shoulder this way. Another girl's holding her shoulder this way. She's doing this to me and stuff like that, making me laugh. I remember I was laughing so hard in that seat, man. These girls were trying to just like play around with me and tickle me and all this stuff, man. I'll never forget it, man. They found me so adorable, so it was really cool. And I remember, before the roller coaster set off, I remember my head back was like this, like, hold on, sweetheart, we got you. And I'll never forget it. These girls, somehow, some way, had me grabbing me like this. And I'm like this, praying to God that I do not fly off this roller coaster because I'm younger. When you're younger, that's why they tell you about your height. You can fall off the roller coaster and die. So I'm holding on with everything and all the air I have in my lungs. And in 3, 2, 1, I got you. And the girl somehow, some way, grabbed onto my hand, and they're like holding my hand like this down really tight, right? And then one girl had her legs like strapped to mine somehow, and some way, because of the strength, I guess anything's possible with mind over matter. The power that they were holding on with our minds and the way we were thinking about me being safe on that roller coaster, nothing happened. So it's like 3, 2, 1. It's going. Everything's quiet. Boom! And I'm like, and I'm shooting, and I'm like, hold on, baby, we love you. Oh, hold on, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm holding, I'm almost like a seizure. And I'm holding, I'm like, and I whoosh, and then we go up, and I'm looking down, I'm so high up, I'm like, and then we're at the top, and I see everything. I'm like, Mom, God! And I'm screaming all up and over. Oh my God! And the girls are holding on to me. Their hair's all over me. Their faces all over me. They're kissing me this and that. And I'm all like, they're holding on to me so tight. And then we shoot back down. And we're back to square one. And then after that, I remember the girls are like, dude, when you get older, we would love to date you. You're too much of a cutie pie. Hope you enjoyed it. They kissed me on the cheek. They helped. And they were holding my hand the whole day. It's almost like I had like 2 companion like chicks. Like it was so great, dude. It was an experience I'll never forget. And that is how I end up getting on Superman at the age of 5 years old, when you have that age scale where you cannot ride a roller coaster under the age because you can fly off the roller coaster. And because of the love those girls had for me and the power they had, they were strong girls too, man. Not just hot, sexy models, but man, I'll never forget it, dude. That was the story of how I rode Superman at the age of 5 years old. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, if you're doing no damage run, take it seriously. Don't mess around. With enough time, patience, and focus, you will succeed. I am the P2 Pro, also known as the Get Rapper. Name is Tsunami244 with 2 eyes. Check me out on Twitter. Tweet me, man. Tweet me. Start a conversation, man. I might even start a Discord, you know. And like I said, make sure you show some love to my Dear Grandma song. And please, I stream on Twitch Monday through Thursday from like 5 to like 9. And I'm doing Gears of War, and I'm doing a lot of different other games. I'm going to be doing a lot of no damage runs, no death runs, all that stuff. So Trust me, you guys don't want to miss it. Anyway, this has been very enjoyable. This has been a heck of a story time. I got my energy up and everything. Hypes and butterflies, but yeah, man. Show your love, subscribe, turn on all those notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Peace.